Well, hello to everybody out there. Where's my blinds? This helps. Oh my gosh. I have some things I want to say, and I probably should have put the word out that I was going to go live before I started, but I didn't. And I'm just going to hang out for a minute. She's just 8:45 on the East Coast. I didn't realize how late it got. If you're jumping on, give me a shout in the comments there. I'm using StreamYard, so you got to click the thing so I can see who it is, or I'll just look. But I'm streaming to several different places. But I could use some love, some support, some hey Alice, some energy. Had a couple of big life discoveries over the last couple of weeks, and a lot of stuff that I want to share. So thank you, Alice. So, and I'd really appreciate it. Holly, you're on my list of people. I have a list of people. And it's not that kind of list, guys. It's a list of people. I was just today, I was on a Shaniqua, hey, I was on a 4-hour AI workshop. Kurt Malley, I don't know if you guys know Kurt. Love you too, Holly. And being the ADHD girl that I am, I had to do multiple things at the same time. And I was cleaning out my 14,000 emails in my inbox. ADHD girl. I use my inbox like a filing cabinet. People would be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But I can always search for something and find old communication and stuff. But I was making a list of people that I haven't been in touch with in a long time that I miss. So that's the list that you were on, Holly. So it's kind of a nice list. And I only got so far because I only, could do it for a little bit. But hello, Delroy. So, and if any of you guys want to share this, I'd love it if you shared it. I know people don't do that these days. People don't share. People don't pass things around. People, I don't know. It's kind of a weird place that we've gotten ourselves into in the industry and the space. In case anybody is watching or happens to see this at a later date, my name's Diane Hockman. I've been in the home business industry for 20 plus years, I think 24, 25 years now. I haven't had a job in 25 years. And it's been quite the journey. And thank you, Shaniqua. It's been quite the journey. And I was flying high. I went, starting out as this little housewife and selling diet pills, and kind of learned a bunch of marketing by accident, fell in love with it, and went on an incredible roller coaster ride that has been magnificent. And went to the top of the game. And then in 2016, the life that I thought I had built disintegrated. I was eating something. I want to make sure. Now it's just a mark. I thought I had food on my face. It'd be so awkward. Kind of disintegrated because I went through a divorce and all kinds of other stuff. And then when I just felt like I was getting better, and this is not a woe is me, because everybody has, winter in their life. Jim Rohn taught me that, right? After winter comes spring, but we all must have winter. So I was finally feeling better and getting my energy back and feeling good. And then I got really sick with COVID, and then I couldn't breathe right. My hair fell out and all this other stuff, landed in the hospital. And still to this day, I'm not quite right. So in any case, I've been doing a lot of work, doing a lot of hypnosis with Ray Williams. A lot of you guys know Ray. And when I started with him, I said, I don't want to do what most people do, which is, do it to lose weight or to stop doing something or to get more confidence or all the things that people go to hypnotists for. I said, I want to go all the way down to the root. I want to find out what drove this little girl. I want to find out what took me and made me very successful, but I also want to find out what made me obese. And I'm not embarrassed to say it. right? What made me isolate myself? What made me have periods of darkness? And I've been working very hard on that over the last couple of years. And it's been magical and a lot of progress has been made. But this week, something came across my Instagram feed and something in my being said, you're supposed to go to this. You're supposed to go to this. And it was a workshop. It was here, and I'm in Louisiana now. And it was over by the New Orleans airport. And it was this breath work workshop. But it wasn't a breathwork workshop, but something said to me, and the advertisement showed all these people crying and having these breakthroughs and stuff. And I thought, well, since Ray had me bawling like crazy, seeing things from my youth and all this other stuff over the weekend, I'm going to go to this thing. So on Sunday, I bought a ticket for this thing on Tuesday night, and I went. And I got there, and you had to bring a yoga mat, and you had to bring a pillow and a blanket and a bottle of water and a mask. Isn't it cute? It's so soft. It's so soft. A little mask to cover your eyes. And I had done some breath work on some videos and stuff, but I was never really into it. And this thing didn't look like just the stuff that I had learned about. So I went, and I got there, and I had all my stuff, and I got to the Hilton, and at first I thought I was the oldest one there, but turns out I wasn't. I saw more people came in, and there were definitely a couple women older than me. I was definitely the biggest person there, which was hard on me. I was definitely, most of the people look like yoga people and breathwork people and that type of thing. And then we had the usual, and no offense, because I'm one of them, but the woo-woo types, you know? So I'm standing online waiting to get in, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Should I be here? Should I go? Unfortunately, I was assessing the crowd, because as a marketer, that's always what I do. I look at the demographic. I was looking at his marketing. I thought this guy's marketing was impeccable. So it turns out that the guy's background is in ayahuasca ceremonies in Colombia. Do you guys know what ayahuasca is? It's well, some people would consider it to be a hallucinogenic drug, but in tribal cultures in Colombia and different parts of South America, Costa Rica, it's very much used in a ceremonial way. And the whole idea behind going to one of the ceremonies is that you pull up ayahuasca. It's ayahuasca, right? You pull up all the stuff that's in your subconscious mind, because the hallucinogenic or the psychedelic or whatever you want to call it, because there's things like mushrooms, psilocybin. And right now, by the way, if you haven't, I think it's Netflix or HBO Max has a documentary on these things. Some people use them recreationally, but other people use them medicinally. And a lot of doctors and clinics are using these things now, and people use it ceremonially. No, we didn't do ayahuasca, just so you know. I did not go to a drug event at the Hilton Airport. So in any case, this guy's background, he's born in Belarus, grew up in Poland, and then as a young man went and lived in Colombia with a shaman as an apprentice student to a shaman, helping run ayahuasca ceremonies. And then he decided, in his own studies and his own learning, he decided that he could create the same sensation, which is, I'll explain it in a minute, through breathing, that you could do by taking this plant. Okay, ketamine, yeah, all of these different things, Holly, so you know about it. Yeah, Mike Dillard, a lot of you guys know him from the industry. He used some of these things to help, because he was very ill for a while. Our Sabira Falami, who is just a dear friend of mine, student and friend of mine, a student gone, to the next level. She is a healer with plant medicine. So it's becoming much more mainstream. But the bottom line is, I got there and I'm thinking we're going to breathe and okay, whatever, but how does it get all this emotional stuff out of you? And then when he explained his background, I went, oh. And the thing that's funny is I always wanted, and there is a business punchline. There's a business reason I'm talking about this. There's a business punchline for you, okay? As soon as I heard his background, I thought, well, now I know why I'm here. Now I understand why I'm here. So let me just give you an idea of what's running through my mind. So you put down a mat on the floor, you're sitting in a room full of strangers, And the first thing is me getting up and off the floor. It's not like I can't stand up and I can't sit down, but I have a weird Achilles. And so I'm concerned about getting up and down. I'm concerned about laying on my back on the floor that long because I have a weird back. I'm concerned about my neck because I have two fused vertebrae in my neck. So my mind is whirling with all of these logistics and this drama of what about this and what about that. And it's funny because we went to the bathroom in the beginning and he spoke for about 45 minutes. And then he gave us the option to run to the bathroom one more time before we began. And because I was already on the floor and sitting for 45 minutes, sitting like cross-legged, like when's the last time I sat cross-legged on the floor? I decided not to go to the bathroom because I didn't want to stand up in front of everybody, which was a dumb move. But we started. And within 6 minutes of starting this, we literally, first of all, I wasn't worried about not going to the bathroom. I wasn't worried about my back. I wasn't worried about my neck. I wasn't worried about anybody else in the room. He took us into a world all of our own, through music, through vibration, through scent, through tribal instruments, and through his voice and through our breathing. We went to another place. And I'm not going to tell you, because it's none of your business, all the things that I saw and all the things that I experienced. And by the way, he had us do a workbook before and a workbook after. And for the record, I've never been to anything like this in my life. Okay. But through the whole journey, and it's interesting because I was sure that I was going to go to a certain place or see certain things that Ray and I had been working on. And everything that I saw had nothing to do with any of the stuff we were working on. But there was one word that kept emerging. And that word, afterwards anyway, in my mind, and that word, which I'll tell you in a minute, had everything to do with why I didn't want to go out, why I didn't want to be with a bunch of people, why I didn't want to consider a relationship. Being divorced now, it's not like I'm out looking for love or anything. I didn't want to really roar in the business. I basically lost my heart for the business. The word was innocence. Innocence. I started in my relationship, because I only had one real relationship in my life, in innocence, as a girl, in innocence. I started this business, the home business that I've had all these years. I started it in pure innocence. I didn't know I was joining a network marketing company. I didn't know anything. I just knew this could solve my problem. It's really fun. I feel good here. It's positive, upbeat people. You go to events, you dance. It's a good time. And we share product. We bring people down. It was so fun. It was so light. It wasn't heavy, right? I didn't know anything. I didn't know any better. And it's the same thing when I fell in love. And I absolutely was in love. And I saw a lot of that. I do not regret my relationship, my marriage, my beautiful children. I do not regret it. We went in different directions. But it was innocent and it was beautiful. And so was my business. It was innocent and it was beautiful. And so were my relationships and the people I met. And some of you guys have seen me at events. I've seen Shaniqua at events and Holly at events, and Alice, I'm going to see at an event soon, and the people, the hugs, the excitement, the fun. When I got up, I put on the screen behind me, that's me speaking at an event. My opportunity to get up there and share my heart and my soul with people came from a pure innocence. I remember when I first started doing these gigs, they wanted my slide decks in advance and they wanted my pitch because we could sell stuff and all this other stuff. And all I could think about was helping a person in the audience. That's all I could think about. I couldn't think about whether I was going to close a percentage of the room. People had traveled across the country. Some people across the world to sit in that room. They were so excited. I couldn't imagine abusing them in any way in that environment when they're all emotionally jacked up. I was an innocent. Now it's ironic because one of the things I sold at one of those events has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it was a $25 thing, but that's over time. So everything I did in my life, in my love, in my friendships, in my business, in my motherhood was done out of innocence. And when things changed in my life, and in fact, my first product launch, which did a lot of sales, all of it was done in innocence. And when things changed and things shifted and different business people went different ways and different factions form, and this one doesn't like this one, and this one this, and this one made a video slamming this, and this one da 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 da, and everybody cross recruits and all this other stuff, I lost my innocence. And when I lost my innocence, I shut down. I shut down. And no matter how much I tried to open back up, I just kept shutting down. And so for those of you that perhaps have been waiting for me, first of all, you never wait for anybody. Okay. You don't wait for an upline, a sponsor, a mentor, a teacher, you don't. You take all you can, you receive all you can, but you don't wait. That's advice for you. I've had people that I waited for realizing I couldn't. So you don't wait. But if any of you have been waiting, I'm sorry. I was doing all I could, but without that sense of innocence, that sense of love, that sense of helping people, that sense of beauty, I couldn't function. I couldn't function. And if any of you were on my email list, you might have noticed I haven't written very much. And I'm the woman who taught everybody in this space how to create an email newsletter and how to make sure you write it. I mean, it's like I harped on it for 15 years, right? At least 15 years. I talked over and over and over and over. You got to build that list. You got to write that list. You got to build that list. You got to write that list. What didn't I do? I didn't build the list, didn't write the list. Why? Because I didn't know what to say anymore. And I said in my very first letter, and if you go resubscribe, because if you left the list, maybe you were on it and you've left it, go back to DianeHockman.com and sign up. And you'll see in the first letter, which is the same first letter, I probably should edit it at some point, right? The first letter says, I'll write to you when I have something to say. And if I don't, I won't, because I respect you, right? And I never thought that there would be a period that I had nothing to say for so long. But there was, and there has been. So let's go back to Tuesday night. We're in a room, 100 plus people in the room. Everybody's having their own private little journey. Everybody's got a mask on. Everybody's got a pillow and a blanket. And we're doing this stuff and the music. And it's people are crying and people are wailing and people are losing their shit. Excuse me. Are you allowed to say that on Facebook, right? Losing their, I'm on YouTube too. They were losing their, you know what? Howling. We live in a world full of pain. And I was sitting with a microcosm of people. This guy, I guess, goes on tour and he's dealt with over 70,000 people in the last year and a half or whatever. I was just sitting with a microcosm of people that were giving themselves permission to release the depths of the pain that they have. Everybody has it. And it doesn't matter whether you're the multi-million-dollar earner or you're the person who can't get started. It doesn't matter whether you're the person that drives the Tesla, you're the person that drives the duct taped together Chevelle or whatever. I don't know what an old car is these days. I don't know. Whether you're, the mother of 3 at home, keeping her stuff together and trudging through the day or going to your job or whatever, or whether you're the person that lives the life of luxury. Everybody's in pain. Because I believe as a society, we've lost our innocence. And I'm not going to get political because I'm really not a political creature at all. But I think that's part of what people want back. I don't think people out there want to disrespect other people, or most people don't. Some people do. But I don't think people want to stop people from being happy or being who they are. I think people want the innocence back. So I go through the journey and I'm listening to all the people because you can't help it. And the whole room is howling. We're on like an emotional roller coaster ride that he took us through. It was fantastic. I'll give you guys the information if anybody wants to check this guy out. He's all over the country. And by the way, not a bit of hype, no pitch, nothing. It was like $120. I think if you buy the ticket early, it's $100. No. I mean, he does have a home course. He gives you a discount if you want to go get it. But there was no pitch. There was no back of room sales. You could feel him. This guy was out on the road to help people. And he's out on the road like every day. I mean, it's got to be exhausting. And when I calculate the money because I'm a marketer, he's making good money, but he has a team and he's not making enough money for the effort, So I'm hoping, I'll tell you later, Jenny, or I'll put it out for those of you that might want to know. Cause I want you guys with this message instead of going looking at websites and stuff. My feeling is he deserves to be compensated more, and I'm 100% going to buy his course because first of all, I feel like he really did a lot for me. But you got to understand, I've been working with Ray Williams, who's magnificent and incredible, for several years now to lead up to this moment. And here's what happened. And I'm sure it happened because of the time I've spent with Ray. While everybody else, and I'm not going to say I didn't cry, and I'm not going to say I didn't see things. I saw things with such vividness. I saw the faces of people that hurt me so clearly. It was like I was there with them. It was bizarre. But whether it was because of my work with Ray, which I'm pretty sure it was, when everybody else was moving deeper into pain, I moved to a place of forgiveness. I moved to a place of beauty. I found myself smiling and crying out of love. And when we were done and we journaled again, I wrote down a return to innocence. Hi, Jack. I love that guy. I love him. Each of us has a choice to be in this industry in a state of innocence, of love, of going out and helping people, of understanding I'm going to buy some stuff and get other people to buy some stuff so we can all hang out together and we can all love each other and we can all help each other and we can lift each other up, because that's the way I started. That's the way it was. We barbecued and we had fun, and it was humans coming together with an understanding that we were all exchanging money for the sake of being free. Okay? It wasn't people cross-recruiting and moving people around and doing all this stuff in the junk. I mean, people move. It's attraction. I'm the queen of attraction marketing. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but they used to call me that. And I understand when somebody's attracted to somebody else or something else, or finds an affinity for a product line, they want to represent that product line. I think they should go. I think they should do what they want to do. But you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm ready to return to that innocence. And I decided today what I want to do. And I'm going to cover it in an email that I send out probably tomorrow morning, because it's late now. I don't know that I'm going to get it out tonight. If you're not on my email list, go over to dianehockman.com if you want to hear. But I don't know what year it was, 2013, 2014, I did a course called Attraction Marketing Intensive. It's the very first course I ever did. It was hugely successful. I could go through so many top marketers that were in that course that have gone on to greatness. And I know there were 400 plus in the original live version, but it sold for years. So I wouldn't be surprised if 1,000 people went through that course. And this is before a lot of the technology we have today. This is before I spent the whole day today in a not chat GPT, AI in general workshop. This is before all the things we have in the website builders and the different tools and the different things we have. This was back at the beginning. I was innocently teaching the stuff I gleaned from my mentor, who didn't even know I gleaned it from him, because he didn't use the internet to a large extent. So I innocently taught, and I gave away the farm. I gave away the farm in this course. It was ridiculous. When I look at it now and I go, this is ridiculous how much stuff I put in here. I mean, I covered everything. I've decided I want to recreate that course. I want to redo that course. I might rename it. But the course really was about the innocence of learning marketing and having people come to you. I'm watching people right now that I love. Some of you know who you are, going out and trying to chase people and having such a hard time getting a little bit of business. And they're doing it because they think that's what you're supposed to do. But yet I haven't done that in 20 plus years. Actually, 19 years. 19 years. I haven't done any of that. There is a way and there is a sequence, but what it does is it requires you to return to innocence. It requires you to go out and love people and care about people. And that's really the word. Innocence is exactly, that would explain exactly my marketing, because I'm not trying to get anyone. I'm not trying to convince anyone. I'm not trying to talk anybody into it. It's not some slick marketing move, and it's not having cool TikToks and, doing the dance and the Macarena or whatever they're doing this week over there. Although I do like da-na, da-na, da-na. Okay. Yeah, I like doing the dances. Some of them are fun. It's not that. So I'm doing this, and I'm doing this in June, and I'm away part of June. So I have a very concise and specific schedule. And this will be sold at a later date. It'll be put in the business center, and it will be sold, as recordings. But I'm looking for people that want to be a part of this. And I have a very special access to it for those of you that might like to hang out with us and play and have fun, because I'm ready to get on planes and go visit people and hug people and get small groups together and do coffee clutches and well, I'm low carbon right now, like very serious. I'm very serious about my diet right now because I'm tired of being fat. So I've been very serious. So I was going to say have pizza parties, but maybe not pizza for me. And I'm okay with that. Like I'm sincerely okay with eating to live instead of eating to try to make myself feel better. Because that's what I got. I came to understand that what hurt so bad was that I was surrounded by people that weren't playing in innocence like me. I was surrounded by people that were more worried about the bottom line than the person they were talking to, and the hopes and the dreams and the desires of a person. And I was surrounded by people that were busy trying to get something instead of giving something. And I was surrounded by people that well, you know who they are, because you've probably been surrounded by them too. So I found a little backwoods, crazy little network marketing company with nice people. They're not slick. They're not fancy. They don't have jazz hands. Sometimes I shake my head because I wish they had a little bit more pizzazz, but they have good products, a good pay plan, and they're good people, which is more important to me than anything. I have other, things that I'm up to and things that I haven't done. Somebody said to me today, I was talking to somebody else who, if you see this, you know who you are. They're going through a rough time too. And they said, well, you look like you're crushing it. You look like, because we were talking about just being down. He's going through a divorce. And I said, I am crushing it, but I haven't been happy. I haven't been happy. I haven't been teaching what I know. There's some things out there that everybody's into right now that I just don't care about. It doesn't make me wrong. It just It's not my jam. It's not my calling. It's not my assignment. My assignment is to teach people how to very simply and happily make extra money from home without the grind. That doesn't mean without work. It doesn't mean without work. I got a new group right now. They're not new. They're a year old now. I didn't realize it's been a year. They've gone so fast and done so well. It's absolutely crazy. You know why they're doing so well? They're innocent. They're innocent. They all work together, hang out together. They have lunch together. They do Sunday after church potluck together. They're not doing all the stuff that everybody else is doing, looking for the newest fancy shiny thing and the this and the that and they're just good people that understand that they spend a couple bucks a month and they share with other people, and everybody spends a couple bucks a month and everybody gets good products and gets healthier. And everybody wins. And if there's a couple of great stories, or if some people like lose a lot of weight or have a great health story or whatever, that's icing. That's icing. Innocence. I spent 2 hours laying in the mat. It wasn't even really dark. I just had the mask on, and they put like essential oils around you so you smell things to bring you up and you down, and they play weird instruments, and there's music, and it draws you. You know what song got me? Do you guys know the song Today I'm 7 years old? And it goes through your whole life, and then at the end he goes, soon I'll be 60 years old. Anybody know that song? I don't know the name of the song. But you're going through your life and you're seeing your life and you're walking through your life. And they said, soon you'll be 60 years old. And soon I'll be 60 years old. I'm 56. And I don't want to go without letting this song out of me. And I don't want to walk away out of frustration. And I don't want to go, because I could go become a copywriter using the new tech, and I could go be somebody's social media manager, take over somebody's everything. I mean, there's people that'll pay me $10,000 a month just to run their stuff in the background. I can be anybody. You know what I mean? Like I could like any one of you, if I know you well enough, I could easily assume your personality and become you and do your media. I could go slither off into the crevices of the night and not be seen. But that would be leaving my song unsung. Yeah, once I was 7 years old, or once I was 7. If you haven't heard the song, go listen to it. Just look it up. Powerful song, but it was super powerful after you did all this breathing and you were in an altered state. It's crazy how it worked. Altered, completely 5 for fighting. Okay, thank you. A completely altered state, like on drugs. And afterwards, it felt amazing. Although there were a lot of people still wanting to talk about their stuff. I don't know. I mean, you got to let it out, and then you got to set it aside. That's what I think. Lisa said she likes my shirt. It's from the DAC Challenge. It's one of the promotions we ran. There's big promotions coming up in June, and challenges and prizes and double commissions and all kinds of stuff. So if any of you are part of it and hearing me talk about this tonight, you're like, hell yeah, I'm in. I really want to run. Let me know. If any of you want to hear about what we're up to, and if you want to hear the offer, it's tomorrow. By the way, I don't care if you buy some stuff so you can come take the course and do the course with us and then leave. I don't care if you stay. I don't care if you build a team. I don't care if you're my next hot leg. I just want to be around people and have a lot of fun. And I want to share some stuff. And you certainly can buy it, but it'll cost you twice as much if you want to buy it. Maybe you think that type of marketing is so over. It's not. It's not, because there's several of you here that have watched me recruit, like on demand, doing nothing, with a letter, not even talking to people. And then you want to go do it another way, which is your choice, but there's a way. And what it isn't about a marketing technique. It's about a return to innocence and love and caring for the people and understanding some marketing fundamentals. You do have to understand some things. There's certain things that help people make a decision. I'm going to make you an offer tomorrow. If you see it, that's so good that it'll probably make you say yes. I won't have to twist your arm because it's so good. It's so good. And when you learn how to make an offer that's so good, people just want it. People just want it. What was I doing the other day? Oh, no, it was today. I was on this workshop with Kurt, and he mentioned something, and everybody just like lunged and wanted to know what the thing was. If he was selling it, he would have made a gazillion dollars in 2 minutes. When people want something, they want something. You have to learn that. When people like, why did I spend $120 to drive 45 minutes away to go to an airport Hilton without anybody I know to go to some weird workshop? Why? I'm not into breath work. I'm not into yoga. I'm not into any of this stuff because I saw images and videos of people releasing the stuff that was caught inside of them. And I know that I've been releasing. And I know that if I could go for 2 hours and do a mass release, like a, you guys ever like got diarrhea, sorry to be gross, and just everything comes out of your body. There's nothing left. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for 2 hours worth of throwing out everything. I never expected to go to this place of love and joy and beauty. And I did. And I was proud of myself. I was proud of myself because I watched the pain and I said, I'm doing something about it. I'm not going down like this. I watched so many people go down like that. I'm not gonna. So that's it. That's my word for probably for the rest of the year. Innocence, love, fellowship, kindred people, having a good time, helping one another, encouraging one another, using products that, guys, I'm not a product fanatic. I'm also not a fan. I don't get obsessed with marketing personalities or any personalities. You could sit me next to Oprah and I'd be like, cool, let's chat. I'm not a fan and I'm not a fanatic. Do we have some good products? Sure. Do I use them every day? I do, especially the vitamins and stuff, because I got really committed to my health after I almost died. It's nothing like almost dying. that'll light you up, make you go, There's nothing like going to an event and sitting there and going, I'm not sure if I can stand up in front of everybody, and how embarrassing would it be if I couldn't? I shouldn't be living like that. So am I committed to using the products right now? Yeah. Will you see changes in me? Of course you will. Will they come in time as my body decides and sees fit? Yep. Because I'm not dieting anymore. I'm not trying to make all the money anymore. I'm not trying to be the star anymore. I'm trying to be. That's why our little club's called the B Club. It's time to be in an innocent state, in a childlike state, in a loving state, in a way that takes you back to the essence of happiness, the happiness of a new toy, the happiness of going out to play at recess, the happiness of a, I don't know, whatever your mom gave you after school for a treat, or whoever gave you after school for a treat. That place. When I watch my folks do well, it makes my heart sing. When I teach these ideas and see people get it, it makes my heart sing. When I go out to events or create my own, I have a facility here that my upline and my good friend has, that I can have meetings here. I can have events here. I can have trainings here. Ice graham crackers. I'm not a graham cracker girl, Jenny. I don't. If it's your thing, not saying it's wrong. I was never a graham cracker. I don't like chocolate chip with nuts. Or you guys, anybody like the macadamia, white chocolate chip macadamia cookies? My mother never made those because that was too fancy. But that's good stuff. I'm not eating any of that right now. But that's it. So you just like the frosting. Can't blame you. Everybody likes the frosting. So that's what I had to say. It's come out of me. I feel complete. Toya, you're on my list too. Teresa Key was on my list. If you came in late, today I was making a list while I was on a training. Being ADHD girl, I'm always doing 3 things at once. And I was making I was going through my old emails and stuff, and I was making a list of people that I've lost touch with, that I really love and care about, that I haven't talked to in a while. And so I wrote them all down. And several of you were on that list. Some of you I talk to all the time, or I see all the time. So if you weren't on the list, don't be offended. It's people I haven't seen in a little while. So that's it. I'm going to go settle down. You guys have a beautiful night. I'm really looking forward to this. I want to go back to my roots. I want to go back to my innocence. I want to share. It's funny. I put up the old Attraction Marketing Intensive logo today, and it was a little pixelated, but nobody knows what it is anymore. Jeremy, you weren't on the list, but I would love to reconnect with you. I haven't talked to you in a while, but that's because I didn't see you in my emails. It's not because you're not a cool guy. So that's it. I will see you guys. You're going to hear from me a lot this weekend. I know it's a holiday. I know everybody has hamburgers to flip and all that other good stuff, but I'll be out and I'll be talking about this, and I'll send out the exact offer tomorrow morning. Everybody have a beautiful evening. Take care.